We're gonna come here because they want to play and they want to win.
Philly. I just
Like two chicken fillets, two fillets. Jay, two Chick-fil-A's.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of the Big Cat Chat podcast. We missed last week, personal reasons, but we are back this week. Hope you guys are doing good. How you doing, Brian?
Doing good. There's a reason for that, which we'll go into very soon during this podcast that happened Sunday. Spoiler.
How you doing, Shawn? Got tacos on the way. Can't not be good with that.
Doing all right.
We got a lot to talk about because we got 2 weeks worth. So let's go jump straight into it. First things first. Last week, the Jags signed offensive lineman Austin Pleasance to the practice squad. He was there through training camp, then they cut him, and then they signed him, and then they cut him, and then they signed him. He's one of those guys. In addition to that, the team placed offensive lineman. I can hear myself talking. But in addition, the team placed offensive lineman Badara Traore on the practice squad injured list. A lot of offensive linemen going in and out.
I don't like that.
Then we got the Jags have signed running back Kareth Wythe Jr., running back, offensive lineman Jared Hawker, and wide receiver Josh Imatorbebe to the practice squad. Imatorbebe is back. Let's go. The guy who can jump incredibly high.
Yeah.
I hope he gets play time just because I want to see him jump. We released offensive lineman we released offensive lineman Austin Pleasance. So that was a quick 5 minutes. We also released Wendell Smallwood, running back, and wide receiver Devin Smith. So the Urban Meyer, Devin Smith friends are no longer.
I would have been nice to keep Devin Smith. I feel like he could have been a potential deep threat, but
He had one big catch in the preseason and didn't do another thing since.
Yeah.
What else do we got? We signed offensive lineman Rashad Coward last week, and we cut him today. So another guy who's in and out real quick. He checked in and checked out. It's like he took a hotel stay. We put Brandon Linder on injury reserve.
yeah.
So it's Tyler Shatley season.
Apparently, we didn't really see much of a drop off as which is expected. Shawn.
PFF thinks there was a decent drop off, but not the rest of
PFF
us.
is very flawed. It's a very flawed.
If you check Brandon Linder's PFF score, there's not much drop off at all, actually.
Ooh.
They just don't like those two.
Maybe they just don't like
You know who they do like? You know who they do like? Andrew Wingard.
You know who they do like even more than Andrew Wingard?
Josh Allen.
Smooth.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
The good Josh Allen, not that other dude in Buffalo.
I was going to say, I said DeJuan Smooth.
Not the dude from Buffalo who's going to come down here and get owned yet again. Actually, he beat us the one time he played us, but I digress. We were going to sign Anthony Miller, receiver, former Bears, to the practice squad, but halfway through that process, Pittsburgh said, no, we'll take you, actually. So Anthony Miller, he even tweeted Duval with a heart.
Yep.
And then just ditched on us. So
Active roster spot versus practice squad spot. So
yeah, pretty simple. I wonder if he even got any play time yesterday with Pittsburgh.
I think so.
I don't either. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. During the Tennessee game, the secondary coach for the corners, Tim Walton, did not coach because he was in some sort of COVID-19 protocols. Nichols coach, because we have 100,000 coaches for every single position. The Nichols coach, Joe Dana, took over for those responsibilities. And I don't think it matters because our DBs are terrible. So
yeah.
And we said Linder went on IR. He was carted off, and Urban Meyer said take it with a grain of salt because we know how Urban Meyer is. But he said it was an MCL, which is like 3 to 5 weeks. That's why he got put on IR because it's 3 weeks. Miles Jack left the Tennessee game with an oblique injury. He should be back after the bye. He did not play during the London-Miami game. And I'll let Shawn break this one. I'll let Shawn have his fun. Shawn, you can say what's next.
Oh, today we release Josh Lambo finally after he snubbed me 2 years ago for a picture in Charlotte. So everyone's sad about it. I couldn't care less.
It's like
It was about time for it to happen. I'm surprised they were using 2 roster spots on kickers, whether he was active or not. He still was a 53-man roster spot.
It was more like a 55-man roster spot because they kept elevating Matthew Wright off practice squad, the 2 people you could elevate per week. So it's extended to roster like 55.
But yeah, they once he couldn't be elevated off the practice squad, they signed him and just held both of them for the game, and they inactive.
They kept him for good reason, which we'll get into.
Yes, sir. The legend, the next legendary Jags kicker. We'll talk about that more. But let's go ahead and react to first the Jags versus Titans game.
Oh God,
Brian, give your first takeaway from the Jags Titans game. So let's act like we did not see the Miami game yet. Let's act like this is a week
2 weeks ago. It's weird. It's kind of hard to remember what happened. All I know is
wow, you already forgot the game?
I don't want to remember
that's
that
peak
game.
Jags fan right there. Just put it out the memory.
Well, it was a pretty rough game, if being honest. Trevor had a good game. He was, I don't want to say flawless, but he
threw a garbage time interception.
consistent and played really well until the last play of the game, which was garbage time. It was just trying to force something to get the score up. Got picked off, whatever. But he's getting better. He's developing.
Doesn't count in my books.
The defense, though, was horrible. Tannehill had too much time. We held Derrick Henry until the second half when
We held Derrick Henry to a solid 140 yards and touchdown.
That he had 3 touchdowns.
He had 3 touchdowns.
Oh, he had 3 touchdowns? I thought that was just
we
yesterday.
held him until it was clear the defense was gassed. I mean,
The run defense always lets up in the second half because the
yeah,
pass defense
the first
doesn't do
half we looked
anything.
great against Henry, but just we can't stop Tannehill and the tight ends for some reason. And
You know who they can stop? Miles Trash Gaskin.
We're not there yet. Calm down.
I know.
yeah, London didn't happen yet.
That's true.
Yeah, but defense is it's a problem. Offense is getting better. They're starting to get an identity, but they're still not there yet. They need to feed James Robinson more, which they're still not doing enough.
James Robinson had a
It was
career
6
day
weeks
against
in.
Tennessee.
And he's one of the best running backs in the league, and we're still underutilizing him. But
He didn't even get 20 carries, I don't
he
think.
needs to get 20 carries against Seattle, or I will be so upset. But
Has he gotten 20 carries at all this year?
no.
No.
Not a single game of 20 carries.
What else?
That's sickening.
Touch base on?
Josh
Yeah.
Allen had a good game against Tennessee.
Everything was pretty ugly for the most, except Josh Allen. I think Smoot had another good game. Trevor did well. James did well. James had a great run. That was a great run.
My
That was
take
great.
after the game was positives. Trevor Lawrence, James Robinson. Negatives,
Yep.
everything else.
Yeah, it was just a bad game. Like, we were getting better weekly, and then that week we just won.
We were starting to make what looked like a comeback for a little bit. Defense was getting some stops. Offense was moving. And then, again, 1 yard line. No QB sneak. We ran the ball, and Carlos Hyde lost like 7 yards.
That was that was the end of it.
It wasn't even Carlos Hyde's fault. Like, it was just
The play call was horrible.
everybody, the whole offensive
the
line
line
got
didn't
blown
block.
up. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But-
if you look at the front, it's the easiest QB sneak you might ever see in your life. Like,
Yeah.
I have it on my, if you guys are watching the video, look at this. Right there.
It should have just been a QB sneak right
This
away.
is the easiest QB sneak.
Yeah, he could have just went to the right.
And even though that linebacker did walk it down a little bit, the center, not Shatley, that was Linder at the time. Might have been Shatley. I'm not sure what time. Was Linder hurt at that point?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. But either way, the center and guard, we're going to push them. There's no way that, unless that linebacker is the strongest and fastest linebacker in the league, there's no way they're stopping a 6'6" QB sneak.
They're very unorganized when it comes to play calling when crucial moments occur.
We did convert a 4th down touchdown, though. at the
That was
beginning.
the first big crucial first down on a 4th down or big play moment they've made, and that's something they can build upon.
And it was a
If they didn't
pass.
do that,
I said it was a pass. It was the only
Yeah.
time we passed on 4th down and it
a
worked.
4th and like 7 or 8. But if they didn't convert that, we go to overtime. And who knows what happens in overtime. But that was a phenomenal play call. I hope
You're
they
talking about two different games, bud.
Oh wait, you're right.
Yeah.
Rewind.
We'll get rewind.
That
Sorry.
Carlos
Josiah's
Hyde
got me
play-
going to London.
Carlos-
already. Thanks.
The Carlos Hyde play shouldn't ever happened in the first place, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Because Trevor Lawrence scored. I don't care what
Yeah.
anybody says.
Would have been if that sneak happened and we scored there, I think we might win that game.
I
Trevor
remember.
Lawrence, I think Trevor Lawrence scored in that play. The referees screwed us.
I didn't even see the play. I was driving home and I opened my phone and see like 7 tweets saying Michael Vick is Trevor Lawrence.
He scored in that run. They called him short, but I call bull crap.
Trevor Lawrence did have a rushing
The
touchdown.
thing
that
is, he
game as
recovered
well.
his fumble.
Yeah.
So in that case, it should have been a touchdown.
That game was full of controversial calls, bad play calls.
Oh, Dan Arnold. Dan
Yeah,
Arnold.
the Dan
had
Arnold
a,
fumble,
Dan
which
Arnold
was-
fumble 6.
critical. I think if that didn't happen, that's a totally different game.
That was like so early in the game.
Yeah, 10 seconds
It was
in.
literally the first before we even got a first down.
If that doesn't happen, that game's completely different.
It was like the second or third offensive play
Oh,
of the game.
That game never happened, so.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's give our fun takeaways. So, Brian, give your first takeaway of 3 again in the Miami game. Actually, of 2 because 9 is a lot of takeaways. So, we'll let you have the first takeaway. So, you should have an easy time.
One takeaway?
2.
Your first take.
Two.
Well, we're gonna
My
do
first
one
takeaway?
each person. So, give
I'm
your
going to
first.
do offense first. The offense looks even better again. And Trevor continues to ball out. He's getting better every week. It's crazy. No picks. This is his first game where he had a touchdown and no pick. He had a fumble, but you know. I'd rather-
Jawan Taylor got absolutely cooked.
Yeah.
It was
So that's my
wasn't it
first-
ironically by Wilkins, Trevor's former teammate?
He recovered the fumble.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll take my first takeaway. I'm surprised Brian didn't take it, but we won a game.
Yeah, I
No 0-17. As Brian had his Twitter name 0-17. He finally
I
changed
changed
it.
it. Yeah.
But
You know what? It was pretty obvious it wasn't going to happen, but I wanted to keep that way until it didn't.
it was amazing. The offense played way better than I mean, actually I kind of expect them to do well because it was Miami's defense, but the team played well. We finally got out with a win. It was very crazy. Like you guys might, if you guys haven't, you should go watch my reaction video to the very end of the game. It was fun. I think every Jags fan had a very good day on Sunday. And we all forgot about the fact that we have 5 losses too. So it feels like we're 1-0, not 1-5.
A lot of season left.
Yes, sir. All right, Shawn, you get this takeaway.
My first takeaway is that we got a takeaway.
Ah!
Yes,
That's a
sir.
good one. That's a good one.
Tua turned the ball over.
Nevin Lawson's first career interception, and this is like 8th year in the league.
That throw is so bad by Tua as well.
He
bro.
almost dropped it. Let's be real.
He almost, yeah.
I know,
He was probably so shook by
He
it.
bobbled the crap out of that ball.
Joe Cullen said in his presser today that all he said when he saw that was, "Please catch it."
I would have been so tight if he dropped it because
That was
So
the-
congratulations to Nevin Lawson. You're officially better than Chris Claybrooks and possibly Tyson Campbell.
Yeah, I think he starts moving forward.
I don't.
You think
I
Tyson
think
starts?
Urban's going to throw Tyson back in there as soon as he's back ready.
Tyson
I
has-
don't.
I would maybe play Nevin Lawson in the slot.
Yeah, Nevin
That's a good idea.
is who he
Over
is
Trey.
for the most part, while Tyson is upside. So I get wanting to play Tyson.
The only issue with Tyson is he doesn't know how to track the ball. He's not like he's getting burnt because he doesn't know how to cover guys. He's very
Jamar
skinny.
Chase says otherwise.
Well, Jamar Chase is also a lot better and more developed in his position.
He's also cooking
Yeah,
better in the corners.
he didn't
So.
cook Shaquille Griffin though.
Correct. Griffin's the only one he didn't cook. Yes. But-
Griffin had that man on clamps. Anyways, all right. I'll go ahead and give my second takeaway, and Brian will go last for the second takeaway. I'm gonna
Should
go
I
ahead.
go first?
Oh, that's true. Fine,
We're
you can
doing
go first.
snake order.
Yeah.
We're going snake.
Okay, my next one is
We're
that
gonna-
Marvin Jones is earning his money. I believe this was his first 100-yard game for the Jags. In the Jags uniform.
He's been the most consistent receiver on this team.
100
7
yards.
for 100 and a touchdown, and the touchdown catch was insane.
That was
2
such a nice
years,
pass.
$14 million. He's being better than Corey Davis, who got more money. Kenny Galladay, who got more money.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
Who's the other guy? Curtis Samuel, who got more money.
That's wild.
He's
He's
literally,
he's the
Robbie
perfect
Anderson.
veteran. He's a perfect veteran receiver for Trevor Lawrence.
if
for his
you're
rookie
looking
year.
at all the free agent receivers this year, Marvin Jones was the best signing, hands down.
If only he wasn't forced to be the wide receiver one right now. If we had a true wide receiver one, he would be performing even better.
Yeah.
He's getting all these touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence and Marvin Jones, actually, there's been 18, I believe, I saw the stat earlier, 18 plays with less than a 20% completion probability, and Trevor Lawrence and Marvin Jones have 2 of them.
Wow.
Touchdowns, by the way, touchdowns.
That's crazy. Yeah, that one probably, and then there was another one where he dropped it perfectly.
It was the Broncos game.
Yeah, where it couldn't have been better. That was beautiful.
Marvin Jones, man, that same sideline, the same side of the field, everything.
Yep.
All right. I'm surprised nobody said it yet, but Matthew Wright, bro.
I was
This
going
dude-
to. but-
This dude, Matthew Wright, he came up short on a field goal last week. His only field goal attempt of the year. I think he missed an extra point last week. Everybody was like, "Oh, well, I guess we got to find a new kicker, a third one."
Who's the guy who does the post game with JP Shadrick on Jaguars.com? He does. I can't remember his name is. Some guy from 1010XL.
Yeah,
He's retarded because he said, "Oh, this is a guy who last week hit the crossbar on a 46-yard attempt. It was a 53-yard attempt, you dumbass." Like,
yeah, it was a 50
It
plus.
wasn't 46 yards. Get your facts straight.
It was in
it was into the wind, by the way.
Exactly. He kicked it from the 46, which makes it a 53-yarder because you had to count for the end zone.
53 yards into the wind, you can't even. I mean, it's frustrating. but
Yeah.
It's a tough kick.
People act like because people are all worried because like his max range is like 55 yards. It's like, who cares? It's like that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm not
Sure, he's not gonna hit a 59-yarder, but how often are you attempting 59-yarders?
Yeah.
More often than not, you're attempting field goals from 50 and in more often than 50 and more, 50 or greater.
Yeah.
Who cares if you can't hit a 59-yarder?
Yeah, he hit 3 field goals yesterday. He hit the first field goal of the season. We broke another NFL record, not good one, of not making a field goal in the first 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And he hit the one. Everybody was celebrating. Then this dude in the last 3 minutes of the game hits 2 50-plus yard field goals. One was a 54. The other was 4 minutes. The other was a 53-yarder. The 53-yarder was the game winner. I had the first one. It was going straight right.
He said, "Nope."
It was going straight
said
right.
nope.
From
Really quickly.
from 54. Nope.
And he's
Oh
like,
my
And then-
god. Oh my god.
Last second, it curved and hit the bottom and made it through the bottom corner.
I've never
Oh
seen a
my-
ball do that unless it was like super windy, and I don't know how windy it was, but
It looked like he was bowling with that random
it
last
looked like
second curve.
looked like he was throwing a curveball off the freaking center mound. Ridiculous.
He's like, "Nope."
Matthew-
got it.
Matthew
Got
Wright
it.
even said in a post game presser, he said, I was turning, I thought I missed it. So I was turning ready to go back on the sideline. Then I see the offensive lineman celebrating and he's like, "What?" And realized it went in. So that was
At least
crazy.
he was honest. At least he was honest.
And then the 53-yarder to win the game, that was just, it was straight down the middle. It could have gone, you could have put it at 54, 55 and it would have gone in.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to lie. I did not think he was going to make I did not think he was going to make either of those kicks.
I didn't either.
I had no because he doesn't have the biggest leg. We've talked about this, which hopefully it doesn't really matter. Hopefully he can work on getting a stronger leg because
He's young.
guaranteed.
Absolutely.
I mean, he hit that 54-yarder. I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, hitting a 54-yarder, in my opinion, is not a big leg, but it's not like he's a weak leg.
Yeah, I don't think he has a weak leg. It's just I wonder how consistent.
I'm just saying, people are acting like he has like this chicken little leg.
No.
He can't hit a 45-yard field goal. Like, come on, give the
No
kid some respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
25 years
officially
old, he's got plenty of time.
he officially earned the kicking job, and hopefully we don't have to go through a kicking carousel this year. Hopefully he can become the next franchise kicker. That's the hope.
And if not, we sign Daniel Carlson in the offseason. What?
But either way, let's go ahead and clap it up for Matthew Wright. All right, Brian, your takeaway. Your last takeaway. Make sure it's a good one.
Andrew Wingard had 2 tackles for loss.
No.
Andrew Wingard had
Let's
a
discuss
positive
the fact
PFF
that,
grade.
another guy that is they're playing above, at or above. Well, actually, I'd say at or above for him, but Marvin's playing above his contract. Shaq Griffin has been spectacular.
Do I need to pull the stats up?
Huh?
Want me to pull the stats up?
If you want to. As a cornerback 1 for us right now, he has been phenomenal. Now, imagine this team with a cornerback 1, and he's on the 2.
Yeah, if
We are
only CJ
stopping
hit
a
it.
lot.
If
We
only
are
CJ
that
Henderson
close
panned
to
out.
fixing the secondary, and we need a better nickel, which I just use a mid-round guy on a nickel at that point. But
Yeah, like CJ Gardner-Johnson from the Saints. He was in like the 3rd round. So
you don't
and
need
he's
a
the best nickel in
high,
the game.
yeah, you don't need to go high for a nickel, but we got to just see what Tyson's about next year. He's got to work on his tracking. Hopefully he does, and then find a decent nickel, and we have a potential to have a good secondary. However,
We said that
that
last
D-line's
year,
gotta
to be
get-
fair.
that D-line's got to get fixed immediately.
Nate Hobbs, also another late round corner who's a really good nickel right now, a rookie for the Raiders. Let me go give you guys the Shaq Griffin stats. Covering wide receiver 1s in primary coverage. Brandon Cooks, 3 targets, 2 receptions, 64 yards. If you remember, that's the one where Tyson Campbell could have picked it off, but he didn't. He got in Shaq Griffin's way. So Shaq could have made a pass breakup. So blame it on Tyson. Yes, Shaq got cooked, but he recovered, in my opinion. Cortland Sutton, 3 targets, 2 receptions, 15 yards. No touchdowns on any of these, by the way. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 targets, 1 reception, 6 yards.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, 3 targets, 1 reception, 1 yard. AJ Brown, 2 targets, 1 reception, 10 yards. In total, 13 targets, 7 receptions, 96 yards, 0 touchdowns.
That's lockdown. He's facing top tier receivers.
Yeah, that's CB1
That's
all day.
crazy. He's making his money. And
He's just super good, man.
we just got to find an act. I mean, he's not even a cornerback 1, but he's playing like it. But imagine if you get a cornerback 1 or even.
I don't
draft
get why
1.
people say he's not a cornerback 1.
He can be, but I mean, I would like.
Why
to,
can't? I
you know
mean,
what?
just get us 2 Shaq Griffins. We don't need it. Somebody better than him. He's playing
That's
lights
true.
out.
I mean,
Just get a cornerback 2. You don't need to get a cornerback
Yeah,
1.
he's a cornerback 1. Just
Yeah.
get somebody who's just as good or maybe not as good. Hopefully Tyson Campbell could be that guy, but Jesus Christ.
I
Because
think
it's the
Tyson's gonna
cornerback
be
2
our
who
2.
keeps getting bullied. So if we can get
I
a
don't think
cornerback 2.
Tyson. I don't think Tyson's going to be cornerback 1 at any point. I think he's at
That's
best.
what, no, I just need him to be a CB2. That's all you need him to be.
He just needs to play well enough to be a CB2, and then we got to get the D line fixed. We got to get a pass rusher for opposite.
If he can become as good as Shaq Griffin or slightly below, that's a win.
That's huge. And then get a nickel. Where our safeties are fine. Cisco will play towards the end of the year. Dewey's doing pretty well, regardless of the hate. He's doing fine. He's not
despite
doing horrible.
despite popular belief.
Yeah, he's doing well. I mean, he's not
Wingard,
getting
Wingard misses a tackle, and people will suddenly forget all the touchdown saving tackles he makes.
Yeah, people were like
biased.
throwing like shade at him yesterday during that game when Micah Hyde tackled Derrick Henry in the open field.
Yeah.
But really, it was just Derrick Henry ran into him and he just went down.
Yeah, he just got in his way.
Andrew Wingard literally did the same thing last week.
But people only look at the times
But didn't get credit for it.
They just look at all the times he did.
So like, this is exactly what you got to do when you're playing Derrick Henry. Instead of diving at his ankles, historically with bigger running backs, you want to go low on them. I mean, he's trying it. It didn't work, but
The safeties are just too small. They're gonna get run over.
It's not taking a guy like
It's
Henry
Derrick
down when you're
Henry.
tackling from the waist up. It's just not
Wingard
happening.
is 6 foot, probably like 209 pounds. You think he's gonna
I mean,
go?
it's like-
You think he's gonna head up on 6'3", 250? It's not happening, bud.
He's getting run over, bro. Especially when it's the goal line is right there.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like, and once Derrick Henry gets a full head of steam, there's no one gonna bring him down.
He can run
Dewey would probably
21
get a
miles per
concussion.
hour.
Dewey was
Almost
probably
22.
getting a concussion on that play when he.
I'm just
tried
saying
to-
that everyone's like, "Oh, he shied away from contact." I'm like,
People are overly critical because they don't like Andrew Wingard, so they look for bad stuff to be critical of and don't look for good stuff. That's just how
Yep.
it is. It's
Just
called
annoying.
narrative pushing.
it's annoying.
But anyways, Andrew Wingard, he's gonna re-sign, and you all are gonna weep.
I'm gonna
That's gonna be
laugh.
funny as hell.
We're gonna celebrate on the podcast when Andrew Wingard.
Dude, he like speared Mike Gesicki. That crap was hilarious.
He speared his own teammate too this year.
Oh, God.
Probably got in the way.
Never forget the video of Andrew Wingard putting Josh Lambo's head up after that missed field goal. Andrew
Never forget Andrew Wingard for clotheslining Tyson Campbell. He probably deserved it.
All right. So that's the Jags versus Miami game. Jags versus Titans game. Jags are at 1-5. Titans are at 4-2, but we won't talk about that. So let's go ahead and talk about our predictions and go ahead and predict this week. So their updated record, we did predict last week. We just sent it to our Twitter group chat. Shawn is in the lead, 60 wins, 60 correct predictions, 34 incorrect. Brian is in second still, 55 correct, 39 wrong. So he's back 5 games. Then there's me, 52, 42. I'm back 8 games. It's because I keep having confidence in like these teams, like Washington and the Vikings have screwed me so much.
And I was the only one that picked the Jaguars to win. That helped.
Of course, the one time
Yeah.
you're the only one. The one time we don't pick the Jags, except for you.
You gotta have faith, bud.
Shut up. All right, let's go ahead and do NFL week. Oh, by the way, the Jags are on a bye this week, so no Jags predictions this week.
That's a W.
We
16
can't. Yeah, we
6
can't
teams on a
lose.
bye this week. 6 teams on a bye.
Do what?
6 teams on a bye week this week.
Yeah, isn't it the same amount of teams every time?
Lots of good fantasy people on a bye this week.
Yeah. Chargers, Vikings, Cowboys, Steelers.
All right, Thursday night, Broncos at Browns. Remember, Browns do not have either of their top 2 running backs. Baker Mayfield has an injured shoulder. He says he's going to play, but who cares?
Is Kareem Hunt going to be out?
Kareem Hunt, yeah, he's on IR.
Oh, so Chubb is out and Kareem Hunt's out. Is their tackles back yet?
I don't know. I know they had both their tackles out last week, and there's no update on them yet. Teddy Bridgewater has come back to reality.
Who's the running back?
Felton, I believe.
Demetric Felton, the rookie who was a wide receiver?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Lord. And Baker's also hurt?
Yeah. He says he's going to play, but if he's going to get a torn labrum.
Their defense is still really good.
Myles Garrett versus Garrett Bowles.
I'm going with Denver.
Where's it at?
It's
Denver.
at Browns.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
First Energy Stadium. I didn't even know that was the name of it.
I said Broncos at Browns when I mentioned it.
All right, I'm still going Broncos.
Remember, it's a primetime game. Anything could happen.
I'm going to go Browns.
I'm going to go Browns too.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think the Broncos are that good of a team.
I just think the defense is good enough to get them a W versus Bridgewater.
Yeah, I don't like Bridgewater. He's not that good. He fooled everybody the first couple weeks, and he's come back to reality, just like Daniel Jones, just like everybody else. Let me go ahead and mark that down. Cleveland. All right. First game on the schedule Sunday, Chiefs at Titans.
Oh, God.
Titans coming off a big win against Buffalo. Chiefs, well, I wouldn't scrape one out, but Chiefs were up and down Sunday against Washington.
Always up and down. Their defense is terrible.
They're also in Tennessee.
I hate to say it, but give me Titans.
The Titans and Chiefs have gone back and forth as well.
The Chiefs defense is horrible.
Oh.
It's so bad, especially the run defense. It's non-existent. Derrick Henry's about to run for 200.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
I'm going to go with Tennessee. So Brian is the outlier 2 times here.
He's trying to make that comeback.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to win Tennessee. I think it could win the Broncos, but I don't know about the Tennessee one.
If Kansas City loses, man, they're going to be 2-4.
Yeah. 2-3 and 4.
Because they're 3-3, so they'll be 3-4.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, Washington at Packers. Give me the Packers.
Packers.
That's just easy. Washington just looks. I don't know what's going on with them.
Their secondary sucks.
Nah. That too.
They have good front seven, but their secondary can't cover.
Ronald
Similar-
Darby.
So.
Maybe they should have kept Ronald Darby and not signed William Jackson. Who knows?
Who knows?
Shaquille Griffin better than William Jackson. That was a talked about thing during the offseason.
Yep.
People said William was better.
We won.
Shawn, didn't you say William was better actually?
I don't remember what I said.
I think you wanted William Jackson over Shaquille.
I did. I mean, I like William Jackson. I don't know how he's played this year.
It's been eh. All right, Bengals at Ravens. Give me the
Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, give me
They're
the
playing
Ravens.
out of their mind. Like, the more injured they get, the more stronger they are.
They are in Baltimore. Yeah, I'll go with the Ravens here.
All right. Panthers at Giants. Give me the Panthers. The Giants are
Panthers.
an absolute train wreck.
Yeah, Panthers.
Kadarius Toney,
I can't even
when
think
he's
of-
healthy, literally carries that team on his back.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's healthy this week because I need him.
He had almost the entire yardage of their first drive, and then he got hurt, and they literally scored 3 points the rest of the game. The 3 points were from the first drive, actually. So Kadarius Toney helped them score their only points, and then they didn't do anything the rest of the game.
Yep. Panthers.
Okay, so all Carolina over New York Giants. Giants are terrible. They might get the first overall pick.
That's what I said to my friend.
Falcon-
It was like, you guys might get the first overall pick. You got Mike Glennon.
The Lions literally exist.
The Lions are competitive, though.
No, they got their shit kicked in this past week.
That's the first time.
It's not the
It was
first
bad.
time, actually.
Jared Goff looks really bad.
Yeah, but that was like the first time the score was really bad. They almost beat San Fran somehow.
The
There's
Packers.
close games.
beat
Most
them
of their
up.
games are close. So, but yeah, but now they're starting to fall apart.
All
Next
right.
game.
Falcons at Dolphins.
Give me Atlanta.
Yeah, give me Atlanta.
Yeah, Tua's not. Tua ain't it. Sorry, Gordo.
Actually, I don't know because if their players come back, if they get the receivers back and their corners back, I think the Dolphins could win. I mean, you gotta remember they were down 2 receivers, 2 corners.
Kyle Pitts masterclass.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I feel like the Dolphins are imploding.
All right, give me the
Okay.
Dolphins.
Oh, okay. Miami over Atlanta. Miami's gonna win now that you. Every time you backtrack on something, it always works out in your favor.
Yep.
All right. Next game on the agenda is Jets at Patriots. Give me the Patriots.
Give me the Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots. 3-4. Jets go to 1-5.
Bill Belichick's gonna take Zach Wilson through the ringer again.
Wait, they faced off already?
Did they?
I think they did.
Did they play like week 1?
I think they did.
Wow, it's quick. They're already getting through that series. That's crazy. If that's the case.
Yeah, Bill Belichick better make that fool throw 3 interceptions. So I'm gonna start the Patriots defense this week if I can pick it up in free agency.
Gotcha.
Eagles at Raiders.
Give me the Raiders.
Just won. Raiders just won.
They look better without John Gruden.
Eagles barely lost to Tampa.
Tampa's defense sucks ass.
They have no corners; they're all hurt. Their run defense is incredible, though.
I'm going for Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vegas too.
Cross country trip. Yeah, we'll take the Raiders.
All right, next up, Lions at Rams. Oh, this is gonna be
Rams is going to be a
Rams.
massacre.
50
Yeah.
burger.
What if the Rams actually lost? How crazy!
I don't see that happening. Matt Stafford is going to massacre his former team.
What's
Yeah.
it called? Jared Goff's gonna get benched for some trash can.
I don't even know who the backup is. Is he the backup? David Blau? Is he the backup?
I
David
think
Blau.
so.
Yeah, Lions are gonna have to take a quarterback this year. I don't think they have a choice.
They're not going to.
Really?
No, they're gonna take Thibodeau.
They're going to take Thibodeau at number 1 overall.
Just do what the Browns did. You don't just like they did. They took Myles Garrett. I'm not saying he's the same player as Myles Garrett, but just take the edge. Don't force a quarterback when there's not a good enough quarterback to take.
Yeah. Wait till next year.
Unless there's a good offer on the table, i.e.,
Just make a fire
They
sale.
could potentially get Sam Howell in the 2nd round if they wanted to.
True. Well,
Malik Willis, not worth it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any quarterback worth it in the top 15. That's my opinion. I don't.
There's not. And if they pick one, it'll probably be Desmond Ritter if he goes top.
Desmond Ritter is going to be a terrible NFL quarterback.
I'm just saying, but he's the only one that's got the hype right now.
Yeah, I don't.
It's Matt Corral kind of does too, and so does Carson Strong. But that's a different conversation.
Malik Willis has hype too, but he's been
quarterbacks.
No,
this is a terrible quarterback class.
This is like the real. They went from last year was a 5 quarterback class, and then it just dropped off completely to nobody.
All right, let's go ahead and get through these last couple games. Bears at Bucks. Give me the Bucks.
Bucks.
All right. Texans at Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals.
Cardinals massacre.
Cardinals. These are so easy.
Colts at 49ers. Give me the Jimmy G's going to be back, by the way.
Give me the Colts.
Carson Wentz is balling right now.
Give me the Colts, unfortunately.
Their
defense is hitting their stride, finally.
What's the 49ers record?
I'm going to go with the 49ers, 2-3. 49ers for me.
I'll take the 49ers as well. And then Monday Night Football, to wrap it all up, Saints at Seahawks. Give me the Saints.
Saints.
Yeah.
All right. So that is all the predictions for this week, and that is this week's podcast. It was this
quarterback draft class. I'm sorry, I wanted to get this in, but we see if we had time. This quarterback draft class is like the Geno Smith year.
Oh,
where he didn't know quarterbacks went in the first round. Geno Smith was like the first one off the board in like middle of the second round.
Geno Smith is terrible, by the way. No good timing.
Yeah, because it's a Monday night game. Did we have any social media questions today?
We do not.
Oh, speaking of social media questions, my question finally got answered on Jaguars Happy Hour.
What'd you ask?
I asked him. I just asked Tony Pacelli what he thought of how he thought Tyler Shatley played, and he said he thought he played pretty well.
Yeah,
like he always does when he fills in for Linder. But PFF said otherwise. So PFF, I believe Tony over PFF.
Better sign Shatley again next year.
We sign him every year.
Tony and Prisco both said that he played well. In my opinion, at this point, either Linder plays like half a season, trade him or move him to right guard and just make Shatley your center. He's only 30.
Trade him and try and get another first rounder. I know you're not gonna get a first for him, but do something else and try and
get he's an all pro caliber center if he can stay healthy for a season. He doesn't.
Find a package.
What did Alex Mack get traded for? Didn't he get traded at one point?
I don't remember. I would try to lob Linder for like a third or fourth rounder.
So I package something to get a first rounder. I want to say
I think he's still under contract for next year. I'm pretty sure
he is.
He's just sucks. He doesn't suck, but he's just always hurt. Which is what sucks.
Well, the thing with his injury was it wasn't his fault. Somebody landed on him awkwardly. I mean, that's something you can't really avoid.
He gets hurt every year, though.
Yeah, he does. It's unfortunate.
All right, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed this week's podcast. We will be back next week. This was a bit of a shorter one. Hopefully we win again next week. Actually, we win because it's a bye week.
Yeah, we won't have much to cover.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that stuff. And we'll see you guys later. Peace.